We've all been there, right? We've all felt like giving up, calling it quits, surrendering, whatever terminology we want to use for that state that we're in. We encounter a lot of challenges or just a certain challenge and we think we're almost there, but guess what? We're not there. So, what is the benefit of giving up? I'm going to talk about that right now. But before I do that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, so that way the algorithm will push it more. Hopefully I can get to 100 subs within the next few months and we'll see where it goes. But anyways, back to the topic. What is the benefit of giving up? There is actually some benefit to it. But before I get there, let me talk about the disadvantage of giving up. Think about it. You're trying to do something. Let's just say you're trying to ride a bike, or you're swimming, or you're writing a book, or something like that. And you hit a stumbling block because you're trying to figure out, how can I go to the next step? And you're wrecking your brain, you're scratching it, you're wondering like, hey, what is the next step? But it just doesn't seem to show up in your life. And so you think, you know what? I'm just going to give up. What's the point of trying? This is hopeless. There's no end in sight. It just seems to be a long, infinite road of hopelessness and anxiety and negativity. And so instead of just going, keeping on going, why don't I just give up completely? But think about how you feel when you choose that route. Usually when that is the case, when you choose to just give up completely, what happens is you feel worse. Usually feelings tend to either compound in the positive or compound in the negative. So when you choose to focus on the negative, which is by giving up, you compound those negative feelings. So giving up doesn't mean like, hey, you don't have to worry anymore. It means you're going to have to worry about something worse than what you were worried about in the beginning. But if you persist, if you continue, then you're actually going to find fulfillment and joy in the process. And eventually you're going to find yourself accomplishing that thing that you set out to do. The only benefit I would say to giving up is you want to take a temporary break from what you're doing so you can gather your thoughts, so you can rest, so you don't have to feel exhausted or overwhelmed. In that case, it makes sense to give up. But in any other sense, it doesn't make sense to give up. Why? Because generally giving up achieves nothing. It only holds you back in life. And if you want to be a person of significance, of achievement, a person that people look up to, that they respect, that they admire, you can't just give up that easily. Now, obviously, there are certain things that you should give up on, but those are things that are going to limit you anyways if you keep persisting them, like trying to please everybody and worrying so much about what other people think about you, trying to change the entire world to fit your narrative, having unrealistic expectations of others. Those are things that you should give up on. But there are certain things like working on yourself, building relationships with others, graduating from college, writing that book, building that computer, whatever project you're working on that you really want to achieve, and it is achievable, but the only thing that's stopping you is your own mentality. Those are things that you should not give up on. Maybe take a temporary break and step back, sure, but giving up completely wouldn't make any sense. Hopefully this was useful for you guys, and remember, if you need help or advice, make sure that you ask somebody who's experienced in this area and knows what they're talking about so they can help you out in this part. Or if you're a religious person, if you're a Christian, pray to God. Let God give you the wisdom in this area, and don't just leave it on the wayside and just give up completely on yourself. See you in the next video.